Hello there. It's good to see you again. It's your boy OG Bobby, and I'm back on the scene again. Sadly, I've come to talk to you about some stuff that isn't always the greatest. Right now, as you all know, we're kind of in a bit of a pandemic, aren't we? Coronavirus isn't anything to joke about, even though people will joke around it, and that's okay. Try to keep that in mind when you're out there and you're seeing posts here and there, or you're hearing someone talk. People deal with these situations in different ways. Some may be on Facebook and other places just sharing all kind of information, some good and some bad. Some may be joking. Some others may not be saying a word. They don't really know what to think or feel because they're just inundated with this information. What's important to remember right now too is a lot of people around us have never really been in what I like to call dire straits, these emergency situations. The world as we knew it 2 weeks ago doesn't exist anymore. That normalcy that we once had is gone. This is our new normal for right now. So we've got to adapt and overcome, don't we? I mean, hopefully in the not too distant future, we can get together and we can we can beat the devil out of that old coronavirus, can't we? Just beat the devil out of it. But until then, we need to work together. We need to work with each other as much as we can. We don't need to be pushing and shoving when we're trying to get some toilet paper. There's a lot more out there than people realize. There's a lot of food coming in grocery stores daily. And those great employees of whatever store you choose are working just nearly around the clock to keep those stores stocked. So keep that in mind as well. I know we all have our needs, have our desires, and some people held off because they didn't think it was going to be this bad. Some people were in denial maybe, and here we are. And that's okay. Just try to look out for each other as much as you can. Do you need 15 packs of toilet paper a day? Probably not. And the more we start doing panic buying, the more this will continue. So get what you need. Look out for those around you. And until next time, it's your boy OG Bobby. And we're going to beat this thing together. So until next time, keep it real.